This one. Yes. Well, no, wait. Storm 2, no. This is my first Storm 2 com. Sorry. We're back at St George's Park for Derby Phantoms versus London Storm 2, and I am joined by England international star Finlay Britnell-Craven.
What an announcement. Hello, Brie, how are we doing?
We're doing fantastic. We have London Storm 2 and the near side camera, and they've gone down a player already to the men in purple, which is Derby Phantoms. Who are the players for London Storm who we should look out for here? Your club
I'm
mates.
going to pronounce everyone's name wrong, aren't I? I've only been in the club about 6 months now.
Yes.
So if I do pronounce anyone's name wrong, then I'm going to blame it on that. But from left to right, as you see it, we've got Chope on the left wing, doing a lot of aggressive work there. You've got Rob Clark. We've got George in the middle. Great dodging player. We've got, I believe that's Woody.
Yes.
Woody and then Tom Worrell on the right as well. They're moving around a lot, so Woody number 9 and Worrell number 8.
And we've got some international talents in this team as well with Woody, and
certainly for Ireland.
Yes.
And I want to say Rob Clark for Wales.
Oh, a fantastic leap inside by Worrell, but it's not quite enough to get out of the way there. And Storm go down to 4 players. They are at a 1-player disadvantage currently as they come up with 3 balls cross court, but there's a fantastic bit of lateral movement, and then there's a counter from Derby Phantoms, safely blocked by Clark 66 of London Storm, and they come up again with a set play. It's going to be released from the middle. Fantastic hit, and the fans at the side really love that one.
Worth noting as well is there's some international talent on the other side.
Hell yeah.
So it should be a really good game, actually. Especially as Storm 2 just took Meteors all the way. So they must be firing after that game.
Ellis with a successful counter on 25 Jeeves. 1-player advantage back to Derby, but there's a fantastic pre-throw from Woody, who hits out, tapping 25 of Derby, and we tied things up 3-3 here. A lively start.
Yeah, first set as well, so we see where the momentum swings.
Quick counter, ducked underneath by Woody, and then a revenge shot. Was that caught?
That was caught.
High up court as well.
I'm not sure he knew it was caught either.
What drama.
And sometimes it's just moments like that in a set that can completely change it around, but definitely not over.
Oh! We thought Woody had made the catch there, just sort of blocked by his own body there, so we didn't quite see that, and it looks like they'll be able to finish it up there with a reach there from the catch, sort of trying to go outside of his body. Perhaps not the best tactic.
No, but I think time was probably running out.
Yeah.
I've seen Woody make those catches all the time at training against me as well, so frustrated he couldn't make it here today.
And it's really good if the time is running out and you're down to the last few seconds in the set. You do want your teammates to go for that catch, because that is what can turn it around, right?
100%. And then obviously as an opposition you've got to be wary of those catches. And you've got to really look at your targeting.
Yes, so both teams will be looking to their bench for information as to where the 3-minute set is up to, and they might want to change their plays accordingly if a catch might turn it around. But we're at the start of the second set here. 1 ball into the ground by Ellis, so that's no hit. If the ball hits the ground first, then that's not going to be a hit. It has to hit the player first. Lots of pump fakes, and Ellis gets a catch. It just popped up in the air. Wyatt, unfortunately, we're calling no catch because he must have stepped back first and hit the back line, so he's out. Woody with an early pre-throw. Tapping tries to pin him back, but unable to make a hit. And London Storm 2 with a 1-player advantage.
Certainly, and Woody making use of that jump as well. He's done that 2 or 3 times now. And let's see if Derby cotton on to that.
Now, you're a player with a fantastic leap. Is there anything that you do to practice gaining height? Another catch from Smith. He's looking to counter,
and I think that was
and he makes the counter. This set has come alive. Goodness.
Yeah, just as you asked me a question.
Sorry.
Let's concentrate on the game for now, and then we'll get back to that.
Wow, so Derby Phantoms taking a strong lead now. They have a 2-player advantage. Wyatt coming up with the ball. Single ball thrown, manages to make the hit. Well done, Clark.
Really hard as well as a right-handed player, throwing from the left-hand side, getting that angle to 2 to 6. Really, really worth watching. It's something you have to train every day.
And there was a trade on the right-hand side here, Ellis for Wyatt, but that comes out in Derby's favour because they are still a player up, and London Storm are now down to 2. Clark reaching around for the balls, passes one out to his ball retriever. They have 3 in possession, so it's going to be on them to throw. One goes high at Tapping, who ducks down underneath it. Counter from Smith. And Jeeves ducks down underneath it, safely out of harm's way.
And time might be ticking down now, so players might be looking for a catch, and Derby are probably aware of that. Ooh, just as I say that, there was a pre-throw catch attempt from Rob Clark on the left there.
Phantoms able to maintain their 1-player advantage. And what can number 25 do for London Storm 2s now? Single ball, a little bit soft. He's just waiting for the other team to go, but he's got the ball possession, so it's on him.
Nicely dodged out of the way there from Owen Reed, not needing to go for a catch.
Really good decision making.
Very good. And now it's on Phantoms to throw, so let's see.
2 balls high. Oh. And they timed that out with a couple of safer balls as Jeeves looked to go down low and make a catch. So, jumping.
Yes, back to jumping.
You're a very springy man. I'm wondering what is the secret? What's the recipe?
I mean, one I'm going to have to blame on genetics. I've got very tight hamstrings, so that helps. But the other thing is plyometrics.
And what is plyometrics for somebody who perhaps doesn't know?
So you'll often hear a lot of people going to the gym and maybe doing strength training, lifting dumbbells and things like that, but plyometrics really focuses on explosive movements. So it might be as simple as jumping onto a box. And I know that sounds silly, but if you do it enough, your muscles and your tendons get used to it, and they grow and grow and grow. And yeah, hopefully you'll be springy too.
You gradually inch up the box to make it a little bit higher and a little bit higher?
Certainly. But yeah, if you're doing it for the first time, I recommend a soft box.
100%, because you don't want to be bashing your knees on it, right?
It's the shins that get you.
Okay. A bit of carnage as there's lots of cover shots coming in, but I can tell you that London Storm still have 6 players on court. Meanwhile, Derby Phantoms in the purple have 4. Storm tries to hit out Woody and succeeds with a bit of a disguised shot.
I was going to say that was really nice from Dom Smith there, looking like he was going to throw to the right of him and swinging at the last moment, catching Woody off guard.
Yeah, celebrating that with a little pa-choo!
Why not? Celebrate the small victories.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic hit down the left-hand side there by Derby Phantoms. They've managed to draw things up. London Storm now down to 4 players. Oh, dramatic dive in court by Tapping, but he wasn't even targeted. But, you know, better to move and not get hit than to stay still and be out.
Certainly. We've had a sub as well from the side of Storm 2 as well. We've got Jake Riley, who I believe it's his first time in Super League. So
welcome to him.
to Super League.
Meanwhile, Ellis has made a pre-throw hit on Worrell, but he got cover-shotted himself, and he is out. London Storm 2 make a 4-ball call. They've got 4 balls in their possession, and Phantoms have elected to pass the balls between them. 2 balls, 3 balls coming in. He's looking to counter. He's going to go on Wyatt, who ducks down, makes himself super small there. Super small.
He's another one that also at training does that all the time and frustrates me to no end.
Well, you're a player who can completely crumple themselves into almost nothing flat on the floor, and you're a very tall man as well. So is there a secret to that?
That's a good question. I think practice makes perfect on those things. It's learning how to move your body in a certain way, because often when you start dodgeball, you'll throw yourself around, but often it creates a lot of injuries. So I recommend starting slow, especially on the backtrack. and a lot of people train sort of wall to wall, so there's also a danger of that wall coming into play as well. So
London Storm 2 celebrating a counter hit on Smith, and another counter hit. No, yes, fantastic stuff from the right wing player there of London Storm. That's 15 Riley.
Indeed, welcome to Super League. So that brings the score to 4-2, I believe, to Phantoms.
Correct. And London Storm 2, this is their first season in Super League after being promoted last season, I think.
Yes.
And
yes.
They've started off fantastically well. Oh, what a leap inside by Jeeves there. I really loved that movement, and he tucked his legs up and out of the way. No luck there for Riley that time.
Giving his arm a bit of a shake. Hopefully, well, this is the third game of the day, so it might be a little bit of fatigue.
Pre-throw from Woody, and then Tapping tries to cover it, but he's hopped himself just inside to get out of the way.
Yeah, you can see Tapping was a bit frustrated there because Woody was open.
And he gets the better of him. Yeah.
Great catch there.
Oh.
Great reactions.
So we saw one player sort of flick it up to the other there, and what does that mean in terms of the rules of the game?
So the player who gets hit initially is out, as per usual.
Even if I'm going for the catch and I flick it up to you on purpose?
Even so, I think that's called volleyball.
Oh, okay, yeah. We need to get back into dodgeball, eh? And another catch for Derby Phantoms there, and they've taken a commanding lead in this set. They are 6 players versus 3 up. High pressure from Tapping, single ball release down the middle, but Ellis able to make a catch.
3 catches Derby Phantoms have had this set, so Storm 2 might have to just double check on that accuracy.
Well, I think with that last one, we can attribute part of the success to the high pressure from Derby Phantoms on the wings. It meant that the 2 wing players who were not throwing did not come as high up as they could have done and fake as well as they might have done. And Ellis was perhaps able to read the ball coming in at him a wee bit better and make the catch a little bit easier, because it's a lot harder if you can't predict where it's coming from. But if you know it's coming from one player straight in front of you, that's your catching fundamentals right there.
Certainly. And we've all been on the receiving end of a ricochet catch and all felt the
Meanwhile, though, look at this. Good work from London Storm 2. They've knocked Derby down to 3 somehow.
It was 6-3, I believe, and now it's 3-2. So
nice
yeah,
hit from Wyatt, last one. And Wyatt hit out. Phantoms collecting 3 balls. London Storm have 2, just getting them into the ball retrievers now.
So let's see if Phantoms opt to try finish the set now.
Single ball goes high as Jeeves goes down to his knees. No hit. But crucially for Phantoms, no catch. Will we see another safe ball here? Yep. Down and to the right by Ellis, but valid within a metre of the player, so that's okay. And they've timed that out. So they won the set by playing a bit passive.
Certainly, and Phantoms are actually quite known for that, in terms of going up and then being safe at the end, which can be a very good tactic, and they've used it to their advantage quite often, like we've just seen.
Successfully there, wasn't it? And that gives them a 6-2 advantage into what might be the last set of the first half. Middle ball won by Derby Phantoms. They've got 3. Are they going to release one at the side? Yes, it's Tapping, who then gets cover shotted. There's 2 outs from both teams. Yes, and we're even at 4-4.
Yeah, that was quite frantic. Let's see if Storm 2 can bring it back under control with 3 balls in their possession.
Plenty of pump fakes.
Another swing round, trying to catch out the winger.
It's worked a few times, but not this time. Safe block by Worrell there. Ellis going aggressive. And his teammate Smith gets out Worrell. They've got a 1-player advantage. Not long left in the first half here at St George's Park. Dodgeball Super League, fantastic sideways movement and block from Phantoms there. They're going to wait, take 4 balls. Plenty of pump fakes by Jeeves, but they're not buying it. He's passed it over to Wyatt. They might have changed the call. They might be going for ball. Yep, they are with 3 balls. One of them hits. Wyatt turns away.
Got the 1 for 1 though.
Oh, didn't even spot that. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Got the 1 for 1 though, so not too bad, and it leaves with a 3-2 for Storm. Coming up with 2. The time was slightly off there, allowing Dom Holmes on the Phantom side to be able to block both consecutively. Maybe a call for invalid there, but the Phantoms take that as another set, leaving it at 8-4.
So I think we're yet to see the score be added there, but it should be 8-2 to the team from Derby in purple.
I was reading the wrong screen. Apologies.
Liam. Let's chat.
Okay.
So we're at St George's Park watching some dodgeball, and I'm joined by the fantastic England international Finlay Britton or Craven. So might as well make the most of it and ask some questions if that's okay with you.
Showering me with praises, so appreciate that. I'm not sure about the performance today, which was against you, in fact. So
well, let's talk about the performance at the World Championships, because you were one of the players of the tournament there, especially in the mixed competition. I thought you were fantastic.
Back in Austria.
Yes.
So that was Austria last year.
What was it like to play there? What was the experience like?
Incredible, honestly. I've been fortunate enough to go to a few events now, and Austria are quite a leading country when it comes to dodgeball, and they know how to host an event. So I just want to shout out to Austrian Dodgeball in terms of the event organisation.
Yeah, Nicola Studeny and Max Golda and the whole team there did a fantastic job, right?
Yeah.
It's the biggest dodgeball tournament ever, I think.
I believe so, and that was partly because it was an open tournament, so any and all countries came, and they really did from across the world. So it was great to see, and always nice to play the likes of the USA, Australia.
Fantastic dodgeball nations, right?
Fantastic dodgeball nations. Some that were brought up with foam, but we won't get into that.
And you actually got to play in the cloth final, right?
I did
and
indeed.
There was, like, the whole sports arena was packed out, everybody watching that one game. What was that like?
It's hard to describe, but honestly, and I always appreciate a crowd, but honestly, you sort of zone in to the court. You clearly worked hard to get there, so you really want to make a statement and play as best as you can, and to do that often, well, I guess everyone's different, but for me, I have to really zone into the court, and very rarely do you get to appreciate the crowd until the end. And
yeah, you're just focused on the game and what's in front of you.
Yeah. Focused on the game.
Is there anything you use to focus yourself or to center yourself before you come on court?
Burpees.
Yeah.
Honestly, just getting the heart racing. Not that the heart wasn't racing. I didn't start the game, so coming on from the bench.
You've got to make sure you're warm.
Got to make sure you're warm, and it's always difficult because you don't necessarily know the pace of the game. Obviously, you can see what's happening, and you can make tactical decisions, and you think what you will do when you enter courts, but you don't really know until you're on it. So burpees.
And that's something I see from Stefan Leitinger of the Austrian dodgeball team as well, one of the best players. I remember watching them in a game they had already won, and he was about to come in. I think it was against Hungary, and he was in the outbox just doing burpees, getting ready to come on, like absolute professional, like very, very impressive, like getting himself pulse raised, as you say, and alive, ready to come on court and make some fast movements, I suppose.
Certainly, he's been at the top of the game for a long time now, and he really looks after himself. And he's a physio himself, so he knows what to eat, to do, to train. And it really shows in his dodgeball ability. But we're now back, second half.
And Storm with 5 balls at the beginning there, and they managed to make 2 hits, so a good start for Storm, even though I believe they lost the first frame, so now they're down 2 points to 10. 2-player advantage though. 2 balls attacked. Oh no! Oh my goodness, there was 2 ricochet catches. Oh, ouch! A headshot by Worrell and Holmes. This match has come alive.
I was going to say, was there nothing that happened in that 5 seconds? Crazy.
We're going to see some tomfoolery by Derby Phantoms here. Perhaps a bit predictable what they were going to do there. Maybe telegraphed their movements a little bit too much as Paddock gets hit out.
And I think Dom Smith was the mastermind of that, and he ended up absolutely fine.
Yeah,
it was his teammate.
He's happy with it.
Teammate that unfortunately had three coming his way. Again, the timing a little off there from Storm 2, perhaps.
So would you rather, when a player is left in and has a ball in hand, go at the same time, rather than like delay balls?
Certainly, because obviously with a ball in hand, they can block, but you can only, well, saying that, I've seen people block 2 balls at the same time, but it's a lot harder.
Yes.
So if you've got 3 balls to throw and they've got 1 ball, the theory is they can only block 1 and should be hit by the other 2. There's some great lateral movement there from Tom Worrell.
I've heard full set from Derby Phantoms here, so Dom Smith will be trying to use the time here. Now, play ball's been called on him, so he has 5 seconds to throw, and he does so safely down and to the right of Worrell. London Storm maybe want to close this set out and get the win. Smith will be trying to draw it out.
Why might Dom Smith want to make this set last a little longer?
Well, because they're in a favourable lead, and the less time that there is in the second half, the less time there is for London Storm 2 to make a comeback. Now we play as many minutes, or as many sets I should say, as we can in the 15-minute second half, so we'll see if they can indeed mount a comeback. Nice catch there.
That would definitely help.
Oh, found the legs of Reed there. Really nice hit.
And Storm 2 seem to be changing a new gear.
Can I leave you? I'm going to leave you in the very capable hands of Finlay Britnell-Craven, who's kindly come and joined me on commentary. I just asked him out of the blue, and he's going to finish things off for his teammates here, London Storm 2, and I'm going to go and get warmed up. If you've got any feedback for me, I'd love to hear it. I'm at Brew Cousins on Instagram or on X. Thank you for your company, and thank you for answering so many questions. And if people want to follow you and ask you some dodgeball questions, you open to that?
Yeah, certainly. I'm on Instagram, just finley.britnell.craven, I think. It's not a common name, so I'm sure if you look that up, you'll find me. And yeah, please hit me up if you've got any questions. Happy to help or hear different views. I might have said something that you disagree with, and I'm always keen to be challenged. But yes, we'll let Brew go because he's got a game to play.
Thank you so much, mate.
No worries.
Fantastic stuff. Peace out, guys. Pretty good on the mic, mate.
So we've got another, just as I say that, Dom Smith is hit out again, trying to last a little longer in the sets to give Phantoms a bit of time. But Storm 2 seem to be getting some momentum now. The score is 10-6, I believe, if I'm looking at the right screen. So Phantoms looking for a rush, and Chope definitely blocks it. Leo with another catch on BP, which is how the start of the last set went. So might be looking to change it up, Phantoms, in the next start of the set. Phantoms with another 2-ball release with 4 balls. That's hitting out Dom Smith. Looking at a 6v3 now. Tapping with a single ball release, and I think the fakes made it very hard to know where that came from, so Ewan was a little stuck on his feet. Storm 2 opting for a 2-ball release, very aggressive. However, has left Phantoms one player down, but with 4 balls. Storm 2 managing to get out of the way, which means they've got 3 balls now. Let's see if they opt for another aggressive 2-ball release or go for the single. Again, a 2-ball release, making it relatively easy for Phantoms to come back with a counter, especially as they didn't get the hit. Unfortunately, dodging out the way, Jake Riley steps on the line, leaving it a 3-1. A fortunate block maybe for Jake Wyatt there as he puts his head down, but sticks the ball out, managing to connect and save himself. We've got still the 3-1, but with 3 balls for Storm 2. Phantoms again opting to block safely away, and we're probably going to see a single ball safe release. Yep. Time probably ticking down now. Jake might be looking at a catch. Phantoms maybe looking to, tire Jake Wyatt out. But we're 2 sets down now, 3 sets down. It goes to 12-6. Not sure how long is left. I think my monitor's not telling me. Apologies all, this is the first time I'm doing this. But just as I say that, Storm 2 call for a timeout, giving themselves a bit of time just to reset. But that does give me an opportunity to talk about the game happening on the right hand side on court 2, where you've got Meteors versus Sheriffs. Meteors, of course, top of the table, and currently down 6-10. With probably a bit of time left, Meteors could claw it back. However, that's a very exciting game. So if you've got two screens to hand, I recommend turning that on as well. So with a yellow Storm 2 line up again, looking for a couple more sets now. They probably still got the time to bring it back, maybe to a draw, maybe even a win. But Phantoms will look to slow down the time now, and they do that very well. Winning 3 balls, opting to hold that quick start, again slowing down the time and controlling the set. That's a 1-for-1. And just a quick FYI, Sheriffs have gone 12-6 up against Meteors. And I'll try to flag someone down and find out how long is left on that as well. But bringing it back to Storm 2 Phantoms, we've got 3 balls on the side of Storm. A great release from Dom Holmes there, hitting the toes of Tom Worrell. But as I say that, Storm 2 managed to pin down BP. I say BP, Ben Paddock. So we've got a 3-2 situation. Again, and Storm 2 opt to release 2 singles at opposite targets, clearly looking to make this set last as little as possible so they can pull back the sets. Yeah, and again we see an aggressive play with 2 balls released to Owen Reed, but he does well to block them out the way. Again we see Jake Wyatt last in. But unfortunately, free throw catch doesn't quite pay off, and Phantoms take another set, possibly pulling it just out of reach of Storm 2. But in a league like Super League, every set counts. You get 2 points for a win, 1 for a draw, but also the set difference makes a big difference, especially when you're in the middle of the table, but even at the top or the bottom. So it's all to play for still. Cross court there from Dom Holmes, trying to get Leo there on the left hand side, caught unawares, but fortunately managed to duck out the way. Another ricochet catch for Phantoms there. Some call it unlucky, but at the same time players look to move their body in such a way so the ball pops up. So you might think it's a bit of luck, but quite often there's a bit of skill involved as well. So we've got 6v3. We've been here before, and Storm have done very well. Unfortunately, going for another. And we had a neutral zone clash there. I think Owen Reed and Tom Worrell were very close. Tom looking for the hit. So the referees have come in, and headshots. If they're on the back of the court, they're allowed in British Dodgeball in Super League. But obviously, from a safety point of view, we try to limit headshots in the neutral zone as much as possible. And so the refs have come in to see whether or not they decide if it was sinister intent at all, which I don't think it was, and if there was any mitigating factors as well. And it might be a blue, which means that Tom would miss the next set, or a yellow in fact, which I think has been bumped up for 7 minutes, and that would carry on to the next game, as I don't think we've got 7 minutes left. I believe there may have been a card presented. Apologies. I think people in the way, so I didn't quite catch that. So if you're on the live stream, please comment if you did see that. Another unfortunate ricochet off the block. And Storm 2 maybe looking a bit tired as the sets go up 16-6. They did put a lot of effort into the Meteors game, which was just before this, so that might have sapped a bit of energy. But don't take that away from Phantoms. They've been looking very controlled. Some powerful throws, but I think it's been the catches and the control that have really pulled them away. Just as I say that, another catch, a ricochet one as well. So Storm 2 might feel a little hard done by there. So that's a 5v4, but another good time 2-ball release from Phantoms there on Leo, making it a 5v3. Storm 2 with 3 balls coming up, looking for a single ball release. Pre-throw on Ian Barrett there, getting out the way nicely. And again, getting out of the way very nicely. I think he's quite famous for those splits, which are very impressive, to be honest. A great free throw from Owen Reed. And Storm 2 opt to step off, looking for a bit of time to claw back a set or two. So it's 18-6 there. And you might hear those screams, and I think that's the Sheriff's Meteors game on the other court, ending up 14-10 to Sheriffs. So very well done, Sheriffs. Very well done indeed. I'm sure that'll be on the live stream to be watched back again and again and again. So back to this game, Storm 2 Phantoms. We've got a few minutes left, so we'll see how many sets we can cram in there. Phantoms with 2 single ball hits. Chope coming up for a retaliation hit on Dom Holmes, leaving it a 5v3. A lot of pressure being put on Chope there, but he nicely blocks it away, collecting possessions. A Storm 2 with 2 balls. Oh, looking for that catch, but still with a 2-player advantage, Phantoms. So Storm. And I believe that's the final whistle. So that ends Phantoms 20, Storm 2 6. I think it was a second half where Phantoms just pulled it away. Storm 2 maybe looking a bit tired there, as the single balls from Phantoms looked aggressive and hit a few sides there. So well done both sides, especially well done Phantoms for the win. And I will stop embarrassing myself and leave it there and leave it with you all. I believe that's the final